Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
The Italian election showcases that Donald Trump is winning. Welcome, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. KJRadio.com. The center-right in Italy won. Do you know what their platform is? It is Donald Trump's platform. It is, you need to stop this crazy immigration level of Muslims into Italy. It is, you need to get some fiscal restraints. You need to start taking care of your own citizens before you start looking at what you can do to help others. How can a dying animal help save another animal? That's essentially what they're asking you to do. Europe is dying. Italy has a financial crisis, and they want to save everybody else around the world. Let me tell you something. If you want to save the world, help them save themselves. The United States has tried it. We've given billions of dollars, trillions of dollars to other countries. For what? To get nothing out of it. To get people going, America, I hate America. I want to bomb America. I want to do this. We have been exporting crazy for decades and importing crazy. And finally, we start exporting the right stuff. The Italian prime minister, the new one, or whoever's, I don't know how the government all works over there and don't really care. But what I heard is that person is a Brexit type person that says, to heck with the European Union. If Italy needs to go it alone, go it alone. Let me tell you something. People love Italy. They love it. They want to go for the food. They want to go for the culture. But if that culture is gone, what are they going to have to go to? You can't let people come into your country and ruin your culture. By the way, there's an Italian city. I forget what. Let me see where we got that story. I saw the story, and that governor, Venice, the mayor of Venice. Here it is. This was reported in RT Russia Times, but it says the mayor of Venice has warned that shouting Allahu Akbar in Italian city will get you shot, prompting the mayor of Florence to shout the Islamic phrase as a joke. The Venetian mayor, Luigi Bugnaro, made the comment during a conference of mayors in the city of Rimini on the Adriatic coast. If someone shouts Allahu Akbar while running through St. Mark's Square, we will shoot them. A year ago, I said after 4 steps. Now I'm saying after 3. He says, we arrested 4 terrorists in Venice who wanted to blow up the Rialto Bridge, but we will send them directly to Allah without having to do any harm before. They foiled that plot in March of last year. Unlike in Barcelona, where they have the protections, we keep our guard high. We do not challenge anyone. We are sending a message of support to the police forces who must know that we are on their side. This is what is happening, folks. The mainstream, lamestream media here in America doesn't want to tell you what's going on in Europe. They don't want to tell you that people are sick of this. They look at Brexit and go, those Europeans want to get away from the European Union. How racist of them. They're a bunch of colonizers, unless the people are working for them, blah, blah, blah. They give you all kinds of reasons that have no basis in logic as to why these people need to stay and take the abuse. To heck with them. So anyway, Donald Trump is now essentially exporting Americanism. That's what you're looking at. And the election that you just witnessed in Italy, if you were paying attention, is exporting excellence. It's saying, you know what, folks? If you don't put your culture first, nobody else will. Now, the beauty of America is we aren't Italians. We aren't French. We aren't Germans. We aren't Canadians. We aren't any of that. We are Americans, and that doesn't mean anything about color. It doesn't mean anything about your ethnicity. There are in fact, I think we're the only culture that I know of who even considers a hyphenation, meaning there are so many of us that people can go, America's made up of Germans, Polish, Russians, Africans, which is, by the way, that's the continent, but, Somalians, Sudanese, Ghanans, Nigerians, and so on. Mexicans, Asians of all different types, Japanese, Chinese, Korean. We are everything. When you think of America, you don't think white. That's not what you think. You think of a melting pot. Now, you may go, stupidly, Americans only speak English or whatever, which is nonsense. That's absolute nonsense. I've thought about all these things that people say about Americans. Americans are egotistical and all these other things. We're not egotistical. You just feel bad about yourselves. When we go over and we talk about the beauty of America or how great America is, it's not being egotistical. It's a fact. The Ryder Cup is Europe against America. It's the world, rather, against America. Many things where when we go to the Olympics, they measure almost in every sport the world versus America. In almost everything we do. It's because we make up so much of the world. Anyway, I'm just telling you, Donald Trump has just been a godsend when you look at how the world is looking at, all of their policies. You're going to watch. Global climate change is going to it's going to just take a back seat here shortly. Nobody's even going to talk about this nonsense because Donald Trump goes, we're not a part of it. You're going to watch all these sacred cows of leftism go by the wayside. And the Italian election, folks, is a sign. I talk about these signs all the time. It is a sign. I'll give you others. Talked about them just recently. What's going on with Trudeau in Canada? He was the golden boy. You don't hear much about him except how they lampoon him. How he's backed away from his own previous stance on immigration. And now who does he mimic? Donald Trump. What about Macron? Pretty boy Macron. You don't hear anything about him. Angela Merkel admitted there are no-go zones in Germany. She says that's not good. You shouldn't have those types of zones. What's she going to do? She's under fire. The German government is changing back to a populist government. They call the Italian election a populist election. They made that a bad word. Donald Trump has run on populist appeal. What else do you run on? You run on populism. You're the most popular guy. Who gets elected student council in school? The popular kids. So what? Are we supposed to just go because they're popular? They can't be effective? Not only is Donald Trump popular, he's effective. And what they're telling you in that word is that all their polling is nonsense. Donald Trump, his polling numbers are down 38%, 37%, 36%, and dropping. But he won the populist election. Oh, but Hillary Clinton won the popular vote. Then why didn't she win the populist election? Idiots.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.
Beth Cook Moranville, author of Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope.
Hope, that wonderful, wonderful four-letter word that you may feel completely out of. I wrote this book to give you great hope. It's not too late. If fetal position is an all too familiar place for you, I understand. If the next 60 seconds are too long, this book is for you. Wherever you are right now, whether you're dealing with divorce or death or sickness, take hope. You are going to make it through this pain. Don't roll your eyes. I've walked this road and I know it. The best is yet to come.
Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope from author and speaker Beth Cook Moranville, can be found on Amazon.com or Kindle.com. For more information, visit closerthanyourBreath.com or on Facebook at Closer Than Your Breath.